This Diddy case was looking pretty promising, especially after he hired Brian Steele, the greatest lawyer to ever live. But after I just heard some news today, I'm here to tell you, bro, Diddy is cooked. The last person Diddy want in a courtroom speaking about him is going to be in a courtroom speaking about him. And I think what this person has is too great for Diddy to overcome. It's been revealed that Diddy's arch nemesis and baby daddy-in-law, because they share the same baby mama and Kim Porter, Al B. Shore, could be testifying against Diddy in court. Not only could he be testifying, he's apparently looking forward to testifying because he's about to tell them folks how much of a monster Diddy is, all the background secret he been keeping for about a decade or two, damn near 3 decades on Diddy, all the underdealings Diddy has done that nobody knows about. Al B. Shore is about to put Diddy under the jail. Now, if you guys are not aware regarding the Al B and Diddy's lore, and you don't understand why this is disastrous for Diddy, let me explain. Al B. Shore also did an interview 2 days ago accusing Diddy of some pretty heinous crimes that we're going to cover pretty shortly. But Al B. Shore has been one of the only people in media who's been calling Diddy out, has been adamant that Diddy is responsible for the death of Kim Porter, Diddy's ex-wife, who died of pneumonia, even though she was a perfectly healthy, like 40-year-old woman. She was like a vegan. She was super like health conscious, but she died of pneumonia. Albie and others have always said Diddy is responsible for this because apparently Kim Porter told some friends that Diddy was trying to kill her. So Albie Shore has always been somebody who's always been trying to get Diddy in jail. Albie, even a couple months ago, he made a post on Instagram where he called for officials to reopen up the death or the murder investigation or death investigation of Kim Porter. On an IG post 7 months ago, Albie Shore wrote, Ventura, which is Cassie, posed a threat to those profiting from such heinous activities. In a nutshell, Kim Porter was allegedly taken from us because she was set on course to accomplish what Cassie Ventura did by igniting the bonfire, which brings us here today with the avalanche that has brought Satan to their chambers. Talking about Diddy, talking about the Cassie lawsuit that sparked the investigation into Diddy's dealings that led Diddy to currently being in prison. He continues, let us honor the memory of Kim Porter, acknowledging the strength, struggles she's faced, and the truth she sought to reveal in her own personal notes, not this fake. So he's talking about this like fake book claiming these are Kim Porter's last words. He's claiming, bro, this is cat. But then he will continue and he will say, there will be significant suit headed right for the heads of the responsible parties who dragged my name in his BS. Kim and I talked right up to a few days prior to her demise. She was in good health, and we're in such a great friend space reminiscing about old times and celebrating news of our son's accomplishments. No affair, just great friends. We must continue to advocate for justice and ensure that every one of the individuals who conspired against her are held accountable and prosecuted to the highest extent of the law. That's not a man you want in court speaking on you at all. And also, too, this also signifies something more serious because if they're asking for Albie Shore to come to court to testify, then that means they're trying to uncover a lot of other things. They're trying to uncover more with the Kim Porter death. Albie Shore himself has accused Diddy of being responsible for him being in a coma, which we'll review shortly. So if this man comes to court, the prosecutors are trying to dive into things much deeper than just trafficking. They're trying to dive into murder investigations. They're trying to dive into apparently Albie Shore going into a coma because of Diddy. They're trying to dive into destructive and violent things that Diddy has done behind the scenes as he pursued Kim Porter and made sure that no other suitors would approach Kim Porter. Albie Shore has now he has a book coming out September 9th that details everything. Almost a 20 to 30 year history of Diddy being super violent towards him and other suitors of Kim Porter. So that book is coming out September 9th. He's going to take the stand and essentially tell everything that book is going to tell. While on Fox 5 a couple days ago, Albie Shore confirmed the rumors that the prosecutors have asked him to testify against Diddy. Albie Shore will also say he was subpoenaed, and he will also levy some serious accusations against Diddy, one being the death of Kim Porter. He would assign blame to Diddy, and also would assign blame to him being put in a coma.
So you were in that coma in 2022. You had the liver transplant, you had the tracheotomy, I mean, all that stuff that went on.
Multi-system organ failure.
Yeah,
60.
Right. Have they figured out what happened yet?
We will.
No, I mean, have the doctors medically, like, what happened to you?
Yeah, what happened? So,
because you just collapsed, right?
Yeah, so, just mysteriously out of the blue, which we do talk about in the book.
Yes,
what that,
I want to get into
what that process is. But so it's been quite a journey. And as I said, even as it relates to writing the book, I went through almost, more than a decade of being scrutinized and clowned by law enforcement, them telling me, you need some help. Sex trafficking, really? What's wrong with you? No way, but not realizing that they were also working for the situation.
Because you were hinting, saying,
posting, yeah. I get calls, take it down or else, so on and so forth.
If you're following along, because right now he's speaking in code, later on in his interview, he just outright says Diddy is responsible. But when he says, I was telling law enforcement about trafficking for the last decade, they will laugh at me, they will call me crazy, they will say I need help. And he will say, whole time, the people I'm reporting Diddy for trafficking to, whole time they're working for Diddy. Now, these were accusations made in Lil Rod's lawsuit, which, Lil Rod at this point, I don't think have any credibility. But he will say, the police have been working for Diddy, and he will provide examples of cover-ups that happened. Albeit saying, after Lil Rod's situation, I know firsthand because I reported all these accusations they're now charging him for. I reported these a decade ago when they were happening to the nth degree. And those police officers would tell me I'm crazy, but then go back and tell Diddy what I was telling them. And then Diddy would tell me, stop doing that or else. And then he would say that would be the root cause of this mysterious coma, because it felt like Diddy, as he just said with the Kim Porter thing, Diddy took out Kim Porter to stop Kim Porter from coming out with similar accusations that Cassie eventually came out with. And then he would claim that Diddy would take him out because he was trying to pin similar accusations that Cassie pinned on Diddy. Cassie was just the first one to do it without being assassinated or without being taken out. Now, if you guys want to know exactly how Albie Shore fell into a coma, then here's a video of him explaining exactly how he got into the coma.
Earlier this year, had a medical emergency when he was rushed to the hospital after collapsing while working on new music. He called one of his closest friends for help.
Eddie F is standing above me. I'm in a wheelchair, and he's talking to security. He had me hidden in the corner, and I'm in an emergency room. And then I remember him embracing me, putting me in his Escalate or whatever, and moving me, and I just remember those are the vague things that I remember, and wind up being in a hospital somewhere. This is in July 2022, and then it was October.
In a coma for 2 months, Al was close to death.
I was intubated, I was on a ventilator, had a tracheotomy. There was so many things going on to the point where they were considering sending me to hospice. And what people don't truly understand unless you've been through this type of medical journey is taking for granted breathing, tying your shoes, speaking.
As details of his health crisis began to surface, he received calls and letters from all over the world.
Keep your spirit right. Know that we praying for you, we love you, and everything's in God's hand.
And all of my amazing, industry colleagues and friends and everybody from, Snoop and Halle Berry and just, everybody's been reaching out to send love, prayers.
One of the most memorable, his recent letter from Vice President Kamala Harris.
Receiving this beautiful, beautiful...
Albie Shore had lost a lot of weight. He was really in shape. He was in the best shape he's ever been in his life at that moment. He was working on new music after getting in fantastic shape. And while working on new music, a sudden illness, just like Kim Porter, suddenly gone. Now, Albie Shore has his theories and he has reasons why he thinks Diddy is responsible that he hasn't made public yet. But yeah, this is everybody around Diddy drops with mysterious illnesses. That's just, bro, the illness was so severe that he was in a coma for 2 months. And doctors are still baffled by it. All right. Now, so Albie Shore would then just name Diddy, right? These people are seasoned journalists, bro. They wasn't about to allow I'll Be Sure to come on here and skirt around a Diddy issue. They just outright said, let's be clear, this is about Diddy, right? And I'll Be Sure confessed. And then he started talking about the prospects of him coming and testifying against Diddy.
But this is about Diddy, so let's be clear for everybody that doesn't know.
Diddy, who's about to, his trial's about to start. Yeah, yes. They're selecting a jury.
But you were on this train years ago.
Yes, many, many years ago. I posted some information that was, basically trying to save my life. And thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way to, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth. And I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy?
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing.
To Diddy's defense, just because somebody is perfectly healthy don't mean that health complications or health scares can't happen. So I don't feel like that's a good enough excuse to really pin a murder on this man. However, the other stuff like Kim Porter talking to her friends, letting them know that Diddy is trying to get her, Diddy history of violating Kim Porter, I feel like those are better proof than to just say, man, she was healthy. No, bro. Like, healthy people can have health complications and health scares, bro. You never know. Now, this is where he talks about how, them folks done subpoenaed him. And one, he talked to his attorney. He's willing to come to court and testify. However, certain things have to be in place before he do.
And this magnitude of a story of detriment, of diabolical, just heinous, whatever's really going on. It's unfortunate.
Is Diddy suing you or threatening to sue you?
No.
No?
I have the truth.
But one thing is, you have volunteered to testify at the trial, correct?
Not as of yet. Actually, I was subpoenaed.
Okay.
So my attorneys worked something out. So I believe when the time is right, I'm going to discuss it with my attorneys.
But you're willing to?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I am. And again, there's no, like I said, this is not marketing for me. I'm living this life. And
So
the only reason I wanted to tell the story, Kurt, was very specifically because I was ignored. There was the most expensive PR campaign against me to shut me down. If you actually knew what they did to me, there was a bounty on my head. There was a bunch of stuff.
So do you think specifically then that Sean Diddy Combs or people affiliated with him did something to you that caused you to have multi-organ failure?
I believe this to be the case, yes. Absolutely.
Wow.
My first time saying it.
Are you concerned that he still has power outside of incarceration?
Remember, I'm the only one who spoke up, and I'm the only one left alive. So this is not about a scared thing, It's just time to reveal the truth. I mean, it is what it is. I went through many, many years of scrutiny and being dragged face first on the concrete, being called delusional and things of that nature. When I said sex trafficking and all the things that I said, because my job was not, listen, I don't want to take down your business if that's what you're doing. Just stay out of my backyard.
Honestly, I think that's what really bit Diddy in the behind. Diddy has so much power that went unchecked for so long that a lot of people were willing to never come and speak out against Diddy. They were willing to just go about their day and forget all the horrors that Diddy inflicted on them. And all they were ever asking was, hey, bro, just, leave me alone, Diddy, and I'm going to leave you alone. But because Diddy was so power drunk that he never left people alone, right? That he just kept harassing them until he got his way. Like with Kid Cudi was not in Diddy business, but because Cassie left Diddy for Kid Cudi, Diddy was now blowing up Kid Cudi's car at his home, scaring him away from Cassie, right? So it felt like people were willing to forgive and move on and let bygones be bygones. But because Diddy just didn't leave them alone, he wouldn't stop harassing them. He thought his power extended to everywhere. He overplayed his hand, bruh. There are some people in this country, bruh, some law enforcement officials, bruh, who don't care about your power, bruh. As a matter of fact, you having power and reach and fortune make the case juicy enough for them to actually take it and take you down. And this is what we see. Now, if he do go forward with testifying, I think it's going to be a long and bad day for Diddy, man. This is a man who has known Diddy, who's been in conflict with Diddy for over 30 years, bro. There's been no things that even the prosecutors don't know, bro. It's raps, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, okay? Do you guys think Diddy is guilty of what he's been accused of? Let me know. Is Al B credible? Let me know. And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, man, to find out the really huge mistake that Big U just made in court today. I'm gonna see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.